Hi everyone, this is a video on RT, and this really just shows you that voting in America is a waste of time. So they're talking about all the countries in the world that support Hillary because they are buying America. They want some kind of influence that will benefit them. And I really didn't realize this before. Not to this degree. Saudi Arabia donated $25 million to the Clinton Foundation, Germany, Canada, the Exxon pipeline people. They all can just like ply on the money in hopes to get something in return. And they trust the Clintons because they're like a dynasty, a family they can trust. They're not going for some newcomer like Obama, although he wasn't a newcomer really. They all knew he was coming up also. We're the only ones who didn't know. But listen to this.
Certainly, Saudi Arabia and the other countries are giving it not because they care about human rights. If Saudi Arabia cared about human rights, they'd have a lot of other ways to show it. They're doing it to influence Hillary Clinton, who might be the next president of the United States, and that's patently obvious.
And it's also countries who are close neighbors, have perfectly fine human rights records. Canada, for instance, their Foreign Affairs Department apparently promoting the Keystone XL pipeline. They've donated money to the Clinton Foundation. Governments that aren't under criticism for sort of double standards, a neighbor like Canada, how much effect could they actually have on any kind of lobbying within the U.S.?
Right. I mean, if I'm Hillary Clinton, by the way, on the issue of Saudi Arabia, remember that the point of the Clinton initiative is to push for rights for everybody, to get health care and all these wonderful things throughout the world. I'd say to Saudi Arabia, keep your $25 million, let women drive. But that's probably a deal she's not willing to make. Okay, on to Canada. It's not Canada that's giving the money. It's a government agency specifically in charge of the Keystone XL pipeline. Now, why do you think they give $480,000 to a person who has an excellent chance of being the next president? To get it approved. Of course, why else would they do it? Anyone who thinks otherwise is being ridiculous.
This junk is small change, though, am I right? In compared to the amount of donations and money we're going to.
She said this chunk is small change, like chunk change. Was she making a joke?
See if Clinton does run in terms of internal, domestic donations.
Yeah, well, that's the insane situation we have in America now where you can openly and legally bribe politicians. So that's why they probably think, what's the big deal here? I mean, we get bribes all the time in the form of campaign donations, independent expenditures. The Supreme Court says that.
So what is the point of voting? The people have nothing to do with politics anymore, if they ever did. So what is the point? It's the end, everyone.
People can give us unlimited money. So sure, I'll take unlimited money from these foreign countries as well. So yes, Hillary Clinton will raise, if she runs and she's successful, over $1 billion easily. And all the people giving her millions upon millions of dollars, they're not doing it for their health. They're doing it to get
And look at her. Oh yes, we came, he died. She's so glad that Gaddafi died. She is so proud of this. And what about Chris Stevens? Can you imagine if she becomes president? Oh well, it doesn't matter who becomes president. It's all going downhill. It's all meant to be. The world will burn. That's what it says in 2 Peter. And all of the elements in it, everything that was, created or whatever, burned up. Because this world has to start new. It's just the evilness is oozing from the pores of the earth. You know, hearing those kids talk about what happened to them, and we don't know anything for absolutely sure. They could be threatened with death and be told to say those things. How do we know? We don't know anything. Well, let's see what else this says.
We'll see outcomes they like if she wins.
How does the fact that we are likely to see a Bush and a Clinton run for the White House again play into this whole money buys power thing?
Well, it's for reasons that people might not quite understand. It's not just that they're dynasties, so they have a big name, and so they're more likely to win, and they have a lot of political connections. All that is true, but what your name gets you more than anything else is donors. Because the Clinton family and the Bush family have delivered for donors in this country for decades. So they're buying a known property. If you're a bit...
See, these are people who love death. You know, their love is of death. They start wars. They don't care. They're godless. They killed a lot of people already to get where they are or to shut them up, right? Okay, let's see what else Cenk has to say.
Businessman, you want to take as little risk as possible. Investing in the Clinton or Bush name is very little risk. You know what you're...
See, they're investing in the Clinton name or the Bush name. You know what you're getting. There's very little risk. It's like she's like Coca-Cola, or she's like Shell Oil, or whatever. She's like any brand that is famous that is just popularized over time. She's like a corporation in herself. And people invest in her just like they invest in a corporation. So the corporation has to deliver to whoever who's investing all this money, whether it's Saudi Arabia. Maybe ISIS wants her to win, and they're going to donate some of their money because they're rich now.
You're going to get policies that are in favor of the corporations in America, the donors, the rich, the wealthy, the elite. So that's why they're the front runners at this point, because money's pouring into them and they have the most amount of money.
All right, Cenk Uygur, political commentator, founder and host of the Young Turks Network, with us in the Now from Los Angeles. Thanks.
So was he young when he started the Young Turks? Okay, so that's the way it is. Maybe an asteroid will come and set off all the nuclear plants, and that's how it will work. But isn't it great that Jesus told us what would happen? There'll be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, and everything else that's written in the Bible. I don't know any other book that kind of fits with the end times like we're seeing, you know. So it can be a bit overwhelming to see all these things happening, but at the same time we do have this hope. It's just that we don't know, you know, we don't have first-hand experience of dying or something like that. So it is all about faith, and faith is, as someone who was pointing this out to me recently in a comment, wishful thinking. Well, is there anything better? Does anyone have anything better on offer? No, because anyway, it rings true in the soul. So anyway, thanks for watching. Many blessings, everyone. Endure. Stay close. Get some scriptures you can mull over in your head when you don't have that you have memorized, that you can take with you at all times. Because the kingdom of heaven is within you, and if the kingdom is the promises of God, then you have a huge, wonderful kingdom that is eternal. Bye for now.